You're feeling a little under the weather?
A little, yeah. It's a little cold.
Okay.
It's New York weather.
It is weird, right? Because it's popping up and down. Like one day it'll be 80, and then the next day it's like 58, and then the next day it's 75. It's kind of true.
I still don't speak Fahrenheit. After 10 years in New York, I have no idea what you're talking about. I think, sure,
you just,
70.
Yeah. Well,
for me, we're talking 15.
Okay.
We're
I
talking
know.
30.
Why are we doing this? Let's talk. I mean, why? You're European. I just don't understand. I remember back in the 70s, I heard anecdotally, of course, because I wasn't born yet.
Were you?
But I heard that that we were going to transition. This was all the talk. I mean, people listening should back me up here.
Idea.
We were going to go to the metric system. It was all the talk.
I don't see why not.
So it was by the 4-day work week.
The rest of the world uses it.
Of course. It's
my same question. Why do they have to drive on the wrong side in the UK?
That's right. I could give a shit about that, except that when you're there visiting, you sometimes you could get run over.
Died there.
Yeah, me too. When you step off the curb, look both ways. That's always the safest thing to do. I mean, you have to do that here too because of bikes and everything. Renegade delivery men
too because of mopeds and people not caring about pedestrian crossing.
Yes, exactly. How do we get off on this subject? Oh, yeah. So anyway, I just wish we had gone metric. We'd already have several generations that were already used to it.
Yeah.
Everything, technology was so far behind then. Like computers weren't even, like the personal computer wasn't even remotely, it was another 20 years. Yeah. So if they had done that, by the time the personal computer and everything had come about, everything would have been long.
But they're also much easier to calculate. It's like everything from 0 to 100. It's
exactly. Couldn't be easier.
Yeah. Or like the Celsius. Water
freezing
boils at 100
and it freezes at 0. It couldn't be easy. Simple. What, you don't think 31 degrees makes sense? What's wrong with you? It makes you work harder. Harder.
Pretty much.
We're speaking with Lorenzo Fiuzzi. He's back on the show. Welcome back.
Hello. Thank you very much for having me back.
I feel like the last time you were on, I was the one that wasn't feeling great. I think I was a little under the weather. I was a little bit low energy. I felt bad about it. I didn't say anything. So now you're a little under the weather. Huh?
Now we switch
a little bit. Well, you seem fine. I mean, as far as
I'm fine. It's just a little cold. It's a spring cold.
Yeah, you're a big man. Anyway, so it's good to have you back on. I was thinking, I knew you were running some promotions or some news was coming up, and I'd like to check back anyway. I think what you're doing is a great service to film lovers. So, and I want to support what you're doing. So it's good to see you again. Your streaming service is called, is that what you call it? A streaming service?
Yeah.
Or do you prefer like a streaming platform? What do you like?
It really is the same thing, I guess.
It is.
You can call it whatever you want. It's the same as a streaming platform, as a boutique streaming platform.
A boutique streaming platform. Most people that are listening are probably film industry people or just real lovers of film. So, they're comfortable with whatever parlance, But for the average person, when you say streaming platform, I don't know if they know what that is. They should by now.
Yeah,
Netflix
is so ubiquitous. Netflix, I think they trained them well at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, there is like almost an overwhelming amount of streaming platforms. So I'm pretty sure the audience is kind of aware of what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. But in general, mine works as a subscription streaming service. Let's say that the difference can come in the moment that there are different kind of streaming models now. So
sure, right.
That's pretty much what...
We're going to remind people what your model is. You have, as we know, foreign titles.
Yes.
Not just foreign titles, but really, I say the overwhelming majority, if not all of them, are contemporary titles.
They're all contemporary titles.
Right, you don't do classics.
We don't do classics.
Now, is Filmatique, Filmatiquue, right?
Yes.
Is it .com? Do you have like a growing... Well, I guess it depends on I'm going to say it probably depends on film by film how long it remains on the...
Well, no, the model is that every week we release a new film, but each film, it's part of a collection, which is a monthly collection. So every month we decide we do a specific collection, and we call it a series, and we focus on a specific topic in that month, because we realize that since most of these films are kind of unknown in the US, because they have never been released, most of them, or like they're like anyway like small films. Let's call them small films, even though it doesn't pay enough respect to them. But they are. It's better if they are packaged into a focus or a series, so you can give some context to the audience to explain why they should watch a certain film. Because if you see something that you don't know, it's like, why should I watch it? But if I put a context around it, it's like a film festival, you know what I mean? It's like a focus. Yeah,
more
so it needs the context so people understand why these 4 films they should be watched. So that actually, it was something that we started doing last February with Band Nations, which was our first focus.
Band Nations?
Which actually had good success for us. So it's actually a model that we kept using. So going back to how long the films are staying on the platform, it's a rotating library. So every week a film comes in and a film goes out.
Okay.
And they used to stay for 3 months in the very beginning when we started, which was just a test.
Right.
Then now they're staying for 6 months. And starting this month, they're going to stay for a year, actually. So now all the films that come to us, they're actually staying for a year on the platform. So they get 1 week in focus, and then they're going to stay on the library for a year for the audience to catch up.
I see. You're working out for the rights to stream the film.
Yeah.
For, I mean, I guess the deal might be different each deal. No, maybe you have the license for a few months, but you're only running for a week. Is that possible?
No, I always have a license. I license all of them with the same standard agreement.
And what
I
is
have.
And is that? Do you have it for a specific period, or is it ongoing? So if you ever wanted to write, or let's say you have another, as you say, like theme or context, as you use the word, you could run it again, or it's only
it
once?
stays on the platform.
It does stay there.
It stays like right now. It's gonna stay for a year.
Okay.
So like it runs like every week. It's a new film, but that film, it has a focus for a week. It's in part of a series and everything.
Got it.
But then it will stay anyways in our library.
You can go back. There is a library.
There is a library.
Okay, and it's a year long. It might fall off.
Now it's becoming a year long. Until now, it's been 6 months. So there were always 27, 28 titles at once, and now they're always going to be 55 titles at once.
I see. Very good. Okay. So what's some other of the themes that you've had or that you currently have? Let's say.
I can tell you like the theme that we're doing this month, for example, is Sekan. So because Cannes is happening right now, so it's a Cannes focused.
Okay.
And we're doing in partnership with the Distrib Films, which is Distrib Films.
Okay.
Which is a French-based and New York-based distribution company that specializes in distribution of French films. So with them we put together 5 titles, or 4, I can't remember, 4 titles that were in Cannes in the past years, and we are releasing them right now.
Formidable. What are those titles? I know you know them.
Well, we have now is Party Girl is playing. Then we have the Philippe Carrel movie.
Yeah, the Jealousy.
No, we have like an older one.
Because I want to catch up with these films because I'm a fan and I'm anxious to see. I'm just trying to keep going until you catch up with yourself.
I mean, I can
and
tell you.
I'm going to edit around you.
Now it's playing Party Girl. Then we have After Love and In the Shadow of Women.
Oh, yeah, that's the one I want to see. I want to see that one too. So you're playing these right now.
And Hippocrates.
It's amazing because I'm like, I got to get my. I think you gave me a log. I got to.
You do have it.
I have to try it again because
pretty sure you have a copy.
I have to. No, I really want to. I really want to watch those films. And I'm a big fan of the French film anyway. But I'm also a fan of many other. Love international films myself. So. And
for the first time, actually, in July, we are organizing an American indie focus. So
wow. They're international films for you. You're from Italy.
That's true. But for Filmatique, they're not. We have released about 70 films since we started, and none of them was US. And we're going to do it in July. It's going to be, we're working on it. I'm really excited. I hope it.
Well, maybe we can do, since this is kind of an American indie. I mean, it's much more than that. My listener, my show is around the American film because it's, most of my audience is English speaking, etc. But anyway, maybe I can contribute in some way. All right. So the French theme is called
Sekan.
Sekan.
It's Cannes. Pretty much in English.
But what was it? How do you spell it?
C
of
apostrophe.
Can. Of can.
Yeah,
I got it.
C apostrophe EST.
Okay, it's French. Ce Cannes. Of the Cannes Film Festival.
Yeah.
Okay. Or from Cannes.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay. So, boy, am I going to be
Cannes.
busy editing. So we both sound great. Especially
Well,
me.
my French is definitely terrible.
Well, moi aussi.
It's
Moi aussi.
pretty much a 0.
Well, I speak a little. But anyhow, so I thought there was an English pun you were doing, but I was wrong. So that how long does that last? Is that going to last now through the month of May?
This is going to have its specific focus throughout the month of May.
Okay, so if I get this up in May, which I think makes sense, unless you, getting back to my original point, I guess, if it makes sense to hold off a little longer, so it's this conversation is fresh right before.
It still will be there until it will stay for a year.
Right. So you can still see them. So right now, as we speak,
yes,
there's going to a kind of a nod to the Cannes Film Festival,
exactly,
where their Filmatique is streaming a number of newish French titles that I know and can verify. I can vouch that they're some of the best films that are coming out of France. And then if you are late to this episode, or if we're late getting it up, you can still find the titles.
You can still find the titles. Yes.
Yeah. And Philippe Garrel is one of the top filmmakers right now in France. We can say that much.
Exactly.
So he's up there. Desplechin and who else?
Let me see if I have something else here that I can some more like news that I can give you. No, I can't.
Well, you said July. July you're going to do an American Indie.
We are. Yeah, so we're working on it. I think it's going to happen. It looks like it's happening. Right. But with these things, you kind of never.
Okay. All right. So what I can do is include this, and then maybe if you know that you're not going to do it, well, what do you have working on some titles already, or you can't announce yet? It's too soon.
I can't announce anything right now, sadly.
But I can guess. Let's see.
Let's see. I think you're not going to guess.
There's a lot of them.
There's so many.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you this.
Yes.
You don't have to give any titles. I'm kidding. But are they in the?
I won't.
But are they in, let's say, the 2017 festival circuit?
Maybe.
Does that make sense? Or would they go back further?
I think we can go back a little.
Okay, because we're not talking about classics.
No, but I mean, we focus on contemporary. We have titles from 2010.
Okay,
we span from 2013,
roughly, early 2000,
late
2000 teens, and then that's contemporary, we can call it contemporary classics, because we assume with the amount of attention, the awards that they gotten at festivals.
Well, we hope.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm thinking there's a lot of these titles. Do you choose titles that I assume are successful in some way?
They are very successful in their festival run, most likely, yes.
Right.
So they're like tough selling titles. Like they're not titles that really get distribution deals.
Right.
Or like the big ones, they do get tiny distribution deals, and most of them, they're not distributed in North America, so that's pretty much where we come into.
Right. It's nice that we have, let's say, a number of new theaters.
We pretty much work as a promotional platform. I mean, sometimes I don't even think I should talk about Filmatique as a streaming platform. Is mostly what we do is that we promote all those films.
I'm doing the same exact thing.
Pretty much it's what's happening, and like a lot of those films happen to actually have a very nice life after Filmatique. And I've had like other distributors like, oh, thank you very much for the work you guys have done.
Yeah, your service. I understand you're servicing the film.
Exactly. And we give them like 50% anyways of our revenues. They're divided in the pool of the films. So if you're spending
$5 a month, they're getting $250.
They're getting $250. And the other $250 and that was the reason why we always kept the library so small, and now we're expanding, because like as the user base was small, the revenue was small, so the 50% was small, and the film wouldn't get enough. Mm-hmm. So now, as it has to divide with other films. So now that slowly we're growing, it's a very like slow organic growth. Now we are able to expand our library, so the films can still make a fair amount, and we have more movies. Mm-hmm. So it's like it's very organic. It's very it's a very slow process.
I understand.
Sometimes I wish it was faster, but then it's always for the best. Slow, it's always for the best.
Yeah, I feel like this podcast, or what I'm doing, is similar. I had the same philosophy, if you would call it, about how this show. I don't think people listen to it. Nobody's listening.
That's what you think? Great. What am I doing? It's always nice to see you. But
well, what I'm saying, no, I kid. My parents are listening. But
My parents are what? No, my parents can't watch Filmatique because they're in Italy and I'm geo-blocked in Italy.
I see.
So I can't even get my parents to watch.
Yeah, well, you got what you got to do is you have to podcast your service. No, but I'm saying is that I have listeners, but a lot at the time, or a lot of people, I know the numbers. They're not the numbers that are people that follow me online or on, I know people listen and pay attention to what I'm saying and what I'm promoting, is my point. More than that are actually listening to the show regularly. Like I have a base of people that are listening, but it's a smaller number than those that are just simply aware of
the existence of the...
Yeah. So if I'm talking about Filmatique, yes, some people are going to listen to the podcast, but just as many are going to just say, oh, that looks interesting. He's got this guest on, and this is the service. Let me check it out. And they'll go in there. So at the end of the day, oh, my goodness, you just look like you're suffering.
Me?
Yeah. Do you have a fever?
No.
Okay, you're just warm. You're perspiring.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I thought you'd notice.
No.
Anyhow, so again, it's and the same as before, $4.99 or $5.99?
$4.95.
$4.95. Excuse me. So MoviePass. If you look at it, you don't have to go to the theater and get those mean looks from the ticket taker or the.
Why mean looks?
I don't know. MoviePass. You just figure they're not paying my salary.
Oh, they are. It's like that's a.
No, it's a necessary function, of course, but I'm joking around.
No, but I'm like, actually, MoviePass is a very interesting topic of conversation all the time for me.
I should be. Oh, yeah, and I should be. You mean in the context of your business?
No,
or
not in my
just
business.
As a separate,
just like as a separate disruptive company,
right?
Which is
sort of like what we're another one is where we are right now. It's a disruptor. We're at the offices of Singular DTV, which is a blockchain entertainment studio. We interviewed here on the show Kim Jackson, who's one of the founders, a few weeks back, and they invited us to occasionally record the podcast here. But it's just what a great ground floor opportunity to create some synergy with a great company.
True. Also, wonderful office.
And it's really great. We're in a corner conference room here. It's true. I thought we would be higher up, but we're on the 5th floor. It's not.
And
we're in the shadows. In the shadows of...
slowly. We said that before. We go slow.
I'm very grateful. Don't get me wrong. Really grateful. The name of the company is Singular DTV. Go to their website, singulardtv.com. If you get a minute, break from filmatique.com is my point.
There you go.
Subscribe for the price of a large, or maybe not even a large...
That's like a
cappuccino or a latte.
Something like that.
One day, if you get one
actually,
the cappuccino.
I have a discount code for your people.
You do? Oh,
yes.
Okay, we're gonna have to put that. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, you just can't get better deals than this, and you're supporting artists. I mean, the thing about international films is that while a lot of the filmmakers in European countries, especially, I'm not as familiar with Asia and South America, but I do know that in Europe, filmmakers can get money from the government. I mean, we don't barely get a dime out of here. So, but
that's the reason why I decided next movie I make in Europe. Absolutely, this is my actually this is going to lead to the big news that I had.
Oh, okay. Well, we could do cut to the screech sound effect, But I'm just trying to say though that what's great about this is the films coming out are about humanity. They're about characters and about. So you see people in these movies, and real people you can relate to, and wonderful.
Well, you have
films,
much more space to experiment because, well, first
you don't have financiers.
No, you don't have
to pay back
from
the minute.
But also, there is already like a natural kind of threshold that you have to meet for your movie to be made. It doesn't matter if you're rich or not. Like for a movie to be made, it needs to have certain quality criteria to access funds.
Yeah,
and you need to be part of certain programs. Like it's. Being a producer in Europe is a completely different thing of being a producer in the United States. In the United States, being a producer is your ability of going out and finding investors, which is most likely
that's right,
actual equity.
Mm-hmm.
While in Europe, it's your ability of combining different co-productions to access tax shelters, tax rebates, and any other possible fund, and distribution as well.
Worldwide distribution.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a very different job.
It's a different model.
It's a very different model.
Yeah.
And I'm a bigger fan of the European model, to be honest. But I live in New York, so.
No, but we need you here too, and I wonder if things will change ultimately here, because I don't know how long this can sustain.
Yeah.
But
well, that doesn't give you much space to experiment.
No, really. Because all the financiers here, you can listen to many of my guests. They have Paul Schrader. Well, Paul Schrader, because this will already run. I did the Paul Schrader interview, and the way he talks about his films is the last thing he did. There's with 3 films back with Nicolas Cage, which was a big disaster. The producers wanted 5 action sequences.
Like
there was a formula.
How can you work as a art house director?
Yeah,
or as
indeed
an auteur?
Yeah, but he's willing to do it. So he gets the money, and he gets Nick Cage, you think. But then it's a disaster, it turns out. But he said they just want they have a formula. They'll know they'll get their 17% return. That's it. They get 17% on their investment, and that's all they're interested in. They're just businessmen.
Which is not even that much, actually, 17%.
I guess it's enough.
Apparently. Depends.
Apparently for how much they're giving. Anyway, so you have big news, you say.
Yes. Speaking of actually production on movies, our Filmatique's first original production, it's premiering now at the Seattle Film Festival. It's going to have its U.S. premiere. It's part of the New American Cinema Competition. So it's a selection of 8 titles in Seattle. And so we're heading there.
Okay.
I'm definitely heading there. And we're screening on June 2nd and 3rd. And we are extremely proud and happy about it. It's been a long project.
Gestation. What's the name of the film?
The movie is called Noble Earth.
Noble Earth.
Yes.
Is it possible you were telling me about this film even the last time we spoke?
I probably was, because I've been working on this movie, I think, for the past 7 years of my life. So yes, that's how long I guess it takes to make a film. And it's a movie that we shot with my business partners, Filmatique, one Melinda Prisco, she's the other producer, and Ursula Grisham, who's the curator.
I don't know that these people exist. This is the second time you're talking about these. They sound very lovely, but I haven't met any of them.
No, because they're scattered around the world. Melinda right now, it's on a plane from Mexico, flying to LA, I think. And Ursula, I never know where she is. I think she's in Germany right now.
Okay. But you'll all be
the movie is by Ursula.
Seattle.
We will be in Seattle.
When is that festival?
It starts... Actually, it's a very long festival. I think it starts in a couple of days.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're heading out to Seattle.
But I'm going on the 29th.
Spread some word about... I know you're going to have your hands full, but I'm trying to make inroads with some festivals. The Seattle has a great reputation.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a really great festival. I'd love to go.
That's what I heard. That's why I'm very happy to go, and that's why I'm very happy that we have been selected from them.
Well, plant some seeds, because maybe we can both be on the jury next year.
And we can do that.
Yeah, we'll be on the jury, and then we can go and have some fun together and see some. I
don't think I'm knowledgeable enough to be part of a jury.
I think you are. Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you.
It's called Noble Earth.
Noble Earth.
Anybody I know in it? Or you could just mention who's in it.
No, I'm not sure, because it's entirely shot in Italy. So half of them are real actors. I mean, you're going to find me in it.
Okay, well, that helps.
I'm in it too.
I want to see this film.
I have a little role in there for fun and
supporting role, or what?
Not even supporting. More like
a cameo.
Like a cameo.
So it's at the Seattle Film Festival. It's going to have its world premiere?
Yes. No, it's going to have its
American
U.S. premiere.
U.S. premiere.
It already had its world premiere at Rain Dance Film Festival in London.
In London.
Then we had Oaxaca in Mexico, where we won Best Emergence Film. Then Bahamas. We did Visionaire in Berlin.
Okay.
And now we're doing our U.S. premiere in Seattle.
Okay, great. So this is like your 5th or 6th festival?
It's starring, the star is Daisy Bevan. She's a very young British actress, and a very good and very talented one. And then we have a few Italians, upcoming stars, and it's good. It took a long time, and I'm very happy with the results.
Oh, good.
And there is a reason why things take time.
Sure, and it seems like it's succeeding. You got into a lot of very good festivals.
Yes, I wish we got into much more than that. You have to see the list of the festivals we didn't get into.
I understand how it goes, yeah. Well, if you had probably worked it out in perfection, you wouldn't be here right now.
Or maybe yes.
You might be a can. Or maybe you would.
Well, that was the initial plan when I started producing this film when I was 23. I was like, this movie's going to go to Cannes. And then years after, I was like, I think I can settle for a little less.
Okay. Well, you just have to be okay with the film and be proud of it, first and foremost.
Oh, I'm extremely proud.
Okay.
As a first-time director, first-time producer.
Yeah.
We were all kids when we started. It was great.
Well, I look forward to seeing it.
You definitely will.
And will we have a New York premiere at some point?
Yes.
Or do you... that's maybe... Okay, we'll let that...
We'll see. There is not much I can say about that right now.
I got it. Not officially. All right, well, congratulations. And people, please go over and check out Filmatique. If you do love the art house, the international film or festival films, this is your spot.
Yeah, it is.
You don't need much more than... And the current theme, again, is great great contemporary French films. Okay, merci bien, monsieur.
Merci beaucoup.
Grazie, signor.
Grazie, but let's stick
grazie.
to Italian in the list.
Lorenzo, prego.
And your 20% discount with a Filmwax code.
Oh, right.
So
20% off. So wait, it's already practically gratis as it is. I mean, it's so inexpensive. So what are you getting? 20% off
your monthly subscription.
Your monthly subscription. So you're
the first month is free already.
So
all you have to do is put Filmwax as a code, all capital.
It's probably like $25 for the rest of the year. It probably comes to.
Yes, pretty much.
It's incredible. So I can't wait to. Okay, we'll put that up on we'll do a campaign on it. We'll let everybody know through Facebook and Twitter and everywhere else that.
Well, that's always highly appreciated.
All right. Well, you come back on with the film as soon as you have your New York premiere set up. Or
yes, I would love that.
You know what I mean, like a proper. And we'll get back together again and we'll bring some of the cast maybe if they're coming in.
Yes.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
They're all in Europe, but we can try.
You know, with technology, we can figure our way around that too. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Lorenzo.
Thank you, Adam.